who was the founder of Khilji dynasty? Who was the founder of Khilji dynasty? The founder of Khilji dynasty was founder of Khilji dynasty. The founder of Khilji dynasty was Jalaluddin Khilji. Jalaluddin Khilji was the founder of Jalaluddin Khilji. Jalaluddin Khilji was the founder of Khilji dynasty. The next famous dynasty that ruled Delhi or that ruled India was Khilji dynasty, and the first founder of this dynasty was Jalaluddin Khilji. Next, who was the famous ruler of Khilji dynasty? The famous ruler of Khilji dynasty was Alauddin Khilji. The famous ruler of Khilji dynasty. The famous ruler of Khilji dynasty was Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin Khilji was the famous ruler of Khilji dynasty. So related is achievements of Alauddin Khilji. So first and foremost, he repelled the attack of Mongolians during the period of Iltutmish. First time Mongolians attacked India, but it was repelled by Iltutmish. Once again and again these Mongolians attacked India during the period of Alauddin Khilji. Once again they attacked under the leadership of Genghis Khan first, that is during the period of Iltutmish. Later it was continued by him and his followers. So it was repelled by Alauddin Khilji. That was a great achievement of Alauddin Khilji. And also he defeated the king of different dynasties of Rajputa kingdom, that is Karnadeva of Waghela dynasty. He defeated Karnadeva of Waghela dynasty. Waghela dynasty, that is the Rajputa dynasty. Next Hamira Deva. Next one is Hamira Deva of Ranthambore. This is also Rajputa dynasty. And one more is Bhim Singh of Chittor. All these three were the rulers of Rajput dynasty. One is Waghela dynasty, Ranthambore and Chittor, that is Karnadeva, Hamira and Bhim Singh, were completely defeated in the hands of whom? In the hands of Alauddin Khilji. He had a famous general called, or the military commander called Malik Kafur. Malik Kafur was sent to South India to invade South Indian territories or South Indian, some of the kingdoms. During that period, South India was ruled by the famous kingdoms. Which were the famous kingdoms that ruled South India during the period of Alauddin Khilji. That is, one is the kingdom of Devagiri. Second one Warangal. Third one is Dwarasamudra. Next one is Madurai. During the period of Alauddin Khilji, South India was ruled by four main dynasties. First one is Devagiri. It was ruled by Sevanas of Devagiri. Next one is Warangal, Kakatiyas of Warangal. Next, Dwarasamudra. That is the capital of Hoysalas of Dwarasamudra, and Madurai, that is Pandyas of Madurai. So four main kingdoms that ruled South India during the period of Khilji dynasty. So to invade South India, Alauddin Khilji sent his famous military commander called Malik Kafur. Malik Kafur came to South India and defeated all the four kingdoms of South India. In this way, South India came under the control of Alauddin Khilji. So remember North India and South India. Expedition of North India. Under that first he repelled the attack of Mongolians. Then he defeated the Rajputs like Karnadeva, Hamiradeva and Bhimsing. And in the South India he ruled. He defeated 4 main kingdoms, the famous kingdoms of South India, and it was done with the help of his famous military general or military commander called Malik Kafur. Next, about his administration. Under this, first and foremost, he abolished religious endowments. The system of religious endowments was abolished by Alauddin Khilji, and also he abolished the system of Inam lands, the gift lands. Inam lands or gift lands was provided to the people, those who were achieving some field. So such Inam lands or the gift land, the system of this was also abolished by Alauddin Khilji. And next, most important achievement, that is the establishment of efficient intelligent network. So intelligent network or the spy system or intelligent network system was introduced by Alauddin Khilji, and also he had given utmost importance for the efficient work of intelligent network. Next, prohibited alcohol, drugs and dice game in his kingdom. This was a great achievement of Alauddin Khilji related to the administration. And system of maintaining record was established by Alauddin Khilji. That system was called as Huliya. The record maintained about the soldiers, that is called as a Huliya system. Huliya system was introduced by Alauddin Khilji. Means that is the establishing the record related to the identification of the soldiers. That is called as Huliya system. And also new system introduced, that is called as Dag system. Dag system is stamping the horses. Stamping of horses, that system was famously called as a Dag system. That also introduced during that period. And also we implemented a strict regulating the marketing, that is the whatever corruption in the marketing. In order to control the corruption in the marketing, in order to regulate the marketing activities, in order to control the marketing activities, he appointed the office, that is a higher official or officer. Higher officer called as Sahan-e-Mandi. Sahan-e-Mandi. So higher officials were appointed to regulate or to control the activities of the market. So this is about the administration and the achievement of Alauddin Khilji. So he introduced a very effective system of administration and the revenue system as well as the marketing system. Because of that, he was even today was remembered by the people because of his marketing policy. Next comes, that is who was the founder of Tughlaq dynasty. Who was the founder of Tughlaq dynasty? The founder of Tughlaq dynasty was the founder of Tughlaq dynasty. The founder of Tughlaq dynasty was Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq was the founder of Tughlaq dynasty. The founder of Tughlaq dynasty was Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Then who were the famous rulers of Tughlaq dynasty? The famous rulers. The famous rulers of Tughlaq dynasty were, one is Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and one more is Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Firoz Shah Tughlaq. The first one is the founder. Who was the founder of Tughlaq dynasty? Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq was the founder of Tughlaq dynasty. Then who were the famous rulers of Tughlaq dynasty? The famous rulers of Tughlaq dynasty were Muhammad bin Tughlaq and Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Muhammad bin Tughlaq and Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Next, who shifted the capital from Delhi to Devagiri? So many times you heard about shifting of capital from Delhi to Devagiri and next Devagiri to Delhi. So this was a great achievement of who? It is the achievement of Tughlaq, that is Muhammad bin Tughlaq. For the administrative convenience, he shifted the capital from Delhi to Devagiri. Consider here the main reason for shifting the capital from Delhi to Devagiri is that here to establish capital city at the center of the vast empire. That was the one main intention for shifting the capital from Delhi to Devagiri, that is establishing the capital in a center of his empire. And one more is to protect the capital city from foreign invasion. Muhammad bin Tughlaq shifted his capital from Delhi to Devagiri. Muhammad bin Tughlaq shifted his capital from Delhi to Devagiri. Why? What was the reason for shifting capital from Delhi to Devagiri? That is, one reason is to establish the capital in the center of the empire, and second one is to protect this capital from the enemies. That was the two main reason. And you know that because of the inconvenience, once again he shifted the people from Devagiri to Delhi. So it was considered as the total failure. Capital shifting, this idea was really good. While implementing this idea, it was totally failed. Many people lost their life as well as shelter. That's why it was severely criticized. This experiment of Tughlaq was severely criticized because it was totally failed in the implementation of shifting the capital from Delhi to Devagiri. So this is related to the shifting of capital. And one more important mistake done by him, that is introduction of symbolic coins or experiment of symbolic coins. So in the same face value of gold and silver, he introduced the token coins, that is copper and brass coins. You know that cheaply gets that brass and the copper coins compared to the gold and silver. So the whatever minting of coins, it was not strictly followed by the government, but it was given for all the people. As a result, all the common people started to mint the coins. Because of that, there was no value for the coins. That's why here, because of this was one more great failure of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So that is experiment of symbolic coins. One is shifting of capital, second one is experiment of symbolic coins. Symbolic coins considered as the great failure of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Next comes, that is, the next famous ruler was Firoz Shah Tughlaq, and he built the famous cities. Which were the famous cities built by Firoz Shah Tughlaq? The famous cities were built by Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Cities built by Firoz Shah. Built by Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Where one is Jaunpur, Fatehban, Hisar, Hisar, Firozpur, and Firozabad. So here while writing you can use Fi or Fe. That is one and the same. Firoz Shah, that is built famous cities like Jaunpur, Fatehpur, Hisar, Firozpur, Firozabad. So this is about the important questions related to lesson 2. The first part we already discussed in our previous class about Rajput dynasty. So in this class we discussed about the important questions related to the Sultans of Delhi. So under this you learnt about the 4 main dynasties. That is the first dynasty, that is called as a slave dynasty. Second one Khilji dynasty, slave dynasty. The founder was Qutbuddin Aibak. And next Jalaluddin founded the Khilji dynasty. Ghiyazuddin Tughlaq founded the Tughlaq dynasty. And after Tughlaq dynasty next comes Sayyid dynasty. And the last one is Lodi dynasty. And during the Lodi period, that is the last ruler was Ibrahim Lodi. He was considered as a very weak ruler. During that period, Babur, the founder of Mughal dynasty, attacked India and defeated last ruler of Lodi dynasty. Ibrahim Lodi was completely defeated, and afterwards one more dynasty was established in India, that is Mughal dynasty. So this much about this topic or this lesson. So related to this lesson, any doubts you can clarify through the calls. Dear students, welcome to the class. Let us discuss about the important points of next lesson. Chapter 3, that is religious promoters and social reformers. Religious promoters and social reformers. And the first question, who was the propounder of Advaita philosophy? Was the founder of Advaita philosophy. So Advaita philosophy. Who was the propounder of Advaita philosophy? The propounder of Advaita philosophy was Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya was the propounder of Advaita philosophy. And where was he born? Where was Shankaracharya born? Shankaracharya was born at a place called Kaladi. He was born at a place called Kaladi in Kerala. In Nambudiri family. In Nambudiri Brahmin family. Nambudiri Brahmin family. Who was Shankaracharya? Shankaracharya was a propounder of Advaita philosophy, and he was born at a place called Kaladi near Kerala in a Nambudiri Brahmin family. Next question, who were his parents? Who were his parents? His parents of Shankaracharya were Father Shivaguru, and mother was Aryamba. Shivaguru and Aryamba. Who are the parents of Shankaracharya? The parents of Shankaracharya, Shivaguru and Aryamba, were the parents of Shankaracharya. Next question, who was the teacher of Shankaracharya? Govinda Bhagavat-pada. Next question, the teacher of Shankaracharya was Govinda Bhagavat-pada. Govinda Bhagavat-pada was the teacher of Shankaracharya. Next, what was the main idea of Advaita philosophy of Shankaracharya? So So this is important question. You have to keep concentration on this. So briefly I will just explain the main idea of Advaita philosophy. Brahma is the absolute truth. Aham Brahmasmi. That was a phrase used by Shankaracharya. Aham Brahmasmi. So Brahma is within us. That is the main idea of Shankaracharya. Aham Brahmasmi. There is no difference between Brahma, that is Atma, and Brahma. It is merged together. The world is illusion. The world is Maya. So very important question. The Maya or the world is illusion or Maya. The main idea given by Shankaracharya. So Brahma is the absolute truth. The rest of the world is false. That's why he said the world is full of Maya or the illusion. Only one is truth, that is Brahma. Only Brahma is truth here, and remaining everything is rest. All things are false. That's why he used, according to Advaita philosophy or Shankaracharya, the Brahma is the absolute truth and rest all the world is false. The soul is one with Brahma and life is not separate from Brahma. The Atma or the human soul that is merged with the Brahma. There is no difference between the Brahma and the Atma. Human soul or human Atma that is merged with the Brahma. That is why his main idea is nothing but the soul is one with Brahma and life is not separate from Brahma. That's why he strongly believed in the important faith called world is illusion. World is Maya. So that's why he used the phrase called as Aham Brahmasmi. Remember, I have given the question. Most of the students did not write correct answer for these questions. Remember, if the question is asked for the Aham Brahmasmi or about the illusion of the world, that is the main idea given by Shankaracharya. Only Shankaracharya said that the world is Maya, the world is illusion. So Mayavada, that is famously called as the Mayavada of Shankaracharya. So next, important related to the works of Shankaracharya. Which are the famous works of Shankaracharya? The famous works written by Shankaracharya. That is, first one is important, Shankara Bhashya. Shankara Bhashya. Next, Shankara Ananda Lahari. Ananda Lahari. Next, Saundarya Lahari. Saundarya Lahari. Next, Shivananda Lahari. Shivananda Lahari. Shivananda Lahari. Next, Viveka Chudamani. Viveka Chudamani. Viveka Chudamani. Next, Prabuddha Sudhakara. Prabuddha Sudhakara. Prabuddha Sudhakara. And one more important book of Shankaracharya, that is Dakshina Murti Stotra. Dakshina Murti Stotra. And his Bhaja Govindam is a world famous. It was the bhajanas or the hymns that is found in a book called Bhaja Govindam. So Bhaja Govindam of Shankaracharya is world famous. Important question, concentrate. The Bhaja Govindam of Shankaracharya was world famous. The famous works of Shankaracharya, Shankara Bhashya, Ananda Lahari, Saundarya Lahari, Shivananda Lahari, Viveka Chudamani, Prabuddha Sudhakara and Dakshina Murti Stotra. And last, that is hymns, that is composed in a book called Bhajagovindam, that is the world famous. And he was very famous because of he established four main peethas, or four main peethas, or the institutions in four main directions. That was a great contribution of Shankaracharya. Next class we will discuss about Ramanujacharya and Madhvacharya, and one more is Basaveshwara.